Can you link multiple gateways at once? What happens if you try hiding a cash box on top of a UFO? We're back with episode 7 of Myth-Busting Mondays, our first episode in season 2 of the finals. Man, do we got some awesome myths for today. Be sure to comment your myths below for a chance to be in our next episode. Let's dive in. The first myth in season 2 is from Aquari. Can you catch someone inside the dematerialized wall or ceiling? The game actually won't let you rematerialize a structure if any object or person is standing in the way. However, we did find out these bookshelves on the new map Sys Horizon have some weird properties. It only costs 1 use to dematerialize the entire bookshelf, but you can fill one side back in with another use while someone is standing in it. This allows you to sorta get someone in the wall, but not quite what you'd expect if they were fully caught in the wall. You guys will have to let me know if there's some mechanic or specific structure that will allow a teammate to fully merge with the wall. Thanks to Real Fallen Wolf, I learned a pretty sick and overpowered mechanic with the dematerializer. You can actually place APS turrets inside of walls and floors, then reseal the hole. This makes them extremely hard to destroy. I then verified you can also do this with the Guardian turrets as well. It reminds me of episode 4 when we had the turrets dangling through floors and ceilings. We learned a ton about the dematerializer doing this, but our original myth is busted. You cannot fully catch someone inside a wall or ceiling using the dematerializer. We got our first nuclear myth of the episode from Ali T. You can use the dematerializer on the giant ball on the new map. This was one we actually discovered live on my stream a few days ago. Our reactions were just priceless, so I just gotta roll the clip. Wait, what happens if I... Wait! What? What? Fusion, ready? Check this out. You ready? Hop in. Hop in.
No, this don't...
This was hilarious, and there's so much potential with something like this. You can roll the ball around or send it in the air using goo. You also can just use it as a funny hiding place. This also worked on the ball in Las Vegas. We tried hiding the cash box inside, but unfortunately, we didn't have much luck. Maybe if you had 3 mediums with APS turrets, you could stop enemies from breaking in. But regardless, this was just too funny and 100% confirmed. User's myth: what happens when the gateway is in the heavy gravity zone? Effectively asking if Heavy's anti-gravity cube will work on Light's gateway. The low gravity does not affect the portals before or after they're open. Even when you're throwing or placing it down, the low gravity has nearly no effect on the placement of the gateway. We'll cover that more in an upcoming myth, but this one is busted. The anti-gravity does not affect the gateway. Breaker's myth is: do grenades and other projectiles get affected by the gravity field gadget? At first I thought this was a pretty clear no. I was able to place landmines with no issues at all in the field. I also could throw grenades and landmines right through it with these. Here's where it got weird. Sometimes when I threw a frag grenade on the ground, it would begin floating. Other times it wouldn't. I have no clue what the condition is to make this occur. It kept going back and forth between floating and not. As far as throwing things through the field, I'm guessing it does slow them down or lift them, but just very slightly. Not enough for you to really notice. Regardless, we're calling this myth confirmed. Grenades and projectiles are affected by Heavy's anti-gravity cube. Danny has an interesting myth about the gateway gadget. Is it possible to throw a gateway through an already open portal? So, gateways, like other projectiles, do actually teleport through the portals. During our stream a few days ago, I thought we discovered something really cool, but it was just an illusion. We thought we discovered that you could link gateways by placing one portal right on top of another. This, however, ended up not being the case. Even if you place 2 portals right on top of each other, they won't automatically sync and create one extended portal. You can do this, you just have to press your interact button again to enter the second portal. You can do all sorts of fun things with this, and our original myth was confirmed. You can throw a gateway through an already open portal. Cat5149 comments: does gravity work at an angle? I tried this on multiple staircases and slants with no luck whatsoever. Sometimes the anti-gravity cube would roll down the steps or slant, other times it would activate immediately. It didn't matter what I did, the field always went straight up regardless of the angle the ground was at. This myth is busted. Rex Taiga comments: what happens with the wrecking ball when interacting with the anti-gravity? The anti-gravity actually does apply to the wrecking ball. It doesn't matter where it's at, it will force the wrecking ball into the air. Grounded asked if we could use this method to destroy buildings. Unfortunately, I was not able to cause any destruction using the anti-gravity with the wrecking ball. I tried weakening a ceiling first, then sending the wrecking ball at it. It makes a sound effect as if you're dealing damage, but none is dealt. In the past, the wrecking ball immediately destroyed entire walls with just a slight touch, so if this worked, you'd expect it to work right away. I even tried lifting the wrecking ball up a good bit and then dropping it to see if that would break the floor, with no luck whatsoever. We covered 2 myths here, but our first one from Rex Taiga was confirmed. You can use the anti-gravity on the wrecking ball, you just can't use it to destroy buildings. We got another wrecking ball myth from cat.com. The wrecking ball can go through the new portal. This had to be one of the most depressing results because it would have been so cool if we could teleport the wrecking ball across the map. Unfortunately, the wrecking ball does not interact with the portals from the gateway at all. We tried dropping it from above into it and just using goo to push it into the portal. Neither garnered us any luck. To be honest, I really thought this one would work. My guess is projectiles that go through the portal must be throwable, because elsewise entire walls or structures would go through the portal. This myth is busted. The wrecking ball cannot go through the portals created by the gateway. Our next myth about anti-gravity is from Joshing, who says, the grapple specialization can beat the anti-gravity pull. He is 100% correct on this myth. You not only can grapple through the anti-gravity field, but you can be high up in the zone and easily grapple back down to the floor. I would honestly say this is a good counter to the anti-gravity cube. This myth is confirmed. Victor comes in with our next myth. The new map has buildings where you can't actually get on the roof or upper part. So if you break the walls, will the building just float? The new map has lots of these buildings, and I tested this with multiple. In every case, the upper part of the buildings indeed just floated in the air. This looks really funny, and I'm curious to see if we can take this further another day. This myth was confirmed as well. Next up, we got users saying, you can prevent players and items from following you through the teleport if you goo the exit portal. If you goo one of the portals, it will stop you or enemies from using it, but you can't use the goo at the exit portal to prevent the entrance portal from working. If you surround the exit with goo, anyone who takes the portal will immediately get trapped in the goo. This can actually be pretty useful because you only need a few goo blobs to pull this off, but you cannot entirely stop someone from taking the portal by gooing the exit. You can create all sorts of unique interactions and exchanges, but this myth is still busted. We got another nuclear myth from Leones. You can get the vault or cash out on top of the UFOs. I pulled this off in the Smoking Guns event, and none of you could guess what happened. I used grapple to climb on top of the UFO, but you can do this with an evasive dash, zip line, or even just a jump pad. I sat the cash box down, and this seemed like it would work at first. Then the craziest thing happened, and the UFO launched the cash box across the entire map. I guess this mechanic is there to prevent you from halting the game's progress. It would have been hilarious though if we could have hid the cash box on top of the UFO for the remainder of the game. Sushi asked if we could make a goo bridge and place goo on top of the UFO and have it stay. If you can believe it, the result is similar to what happened with the cash box. The UFO actually kicked me off. I guess the aliens do not like you messing with their spaceships. Both of these myths are busted. For our last myth, we have a super cool one from GFN, which basically says, the data reshaper can be used with grenades or canisters mid-air to alter their properties. He's asking what would happen to canisters if we alter them mid-flight. This had some super interesting results. We could change canisters mid-air into the next canister in the cycle. In my last video, I discussed the cycle of the canisters. It goes red, smoke, goo, fire, gas, then red again. What's interesting is every time you do this, the canister is completely disabled. The canisters do not spark or ignite if you change them mid-air. For instance, if you throw a red canister and change it into a smoke canister mid-air, it doesn't explode on impact like a red one would, but it also doesn't emit smoke on impact either. This applied to every single canister we tried. On to grenades, we actually learned you cannot reshape your own landmines or grenades at all. This was kind of surprising to us, but I'm sure this is to prevent griefing. Unfortunately, at the time of testing this, I didn't have enough players to host a custom game, so I couldn't actually test this on an enemy's grenade, but I am almost positive you could reshape a landmine or any other enemy placeable mid-air. This myth is confirmed. Hope you guys are enjoying Season 2 as much as I am. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.